Hello and welcome back to Allotment Toy. I'm currently at home at the moment. That's where I've been for quite a while now. Anyway, yeah, so these are some of the butternut squash, or the last of the butternut squash. Yeah, I've just never got around to prepping them, and let alone I haven't had the freezer space for it either. So, this lot's actually going to go in the bin, borrowing this one here. And this was someone who'd actually left this at the allotment for someone to take. And since mine were smaller than this variety, before I throw it away, I'm going to take the seed for it, so I can grow some more butternut squash this year, and we'll be using this stock. So after cutting this open, it's actually very nice, still firm, right, but I say it's gone at the top, but it's still very firm. But there we have. I've just dropped it. Where did it go? Ah, there it is. Like, for instance, it's slippery as well. Yeah, one seed. So I've got a box here with some tissue paper in, and just put the seeds in there to dry out. And also I've got here's something I prepared earlier. This is actually dried pumpkin seed. Yeah, it's all nice and dry, ready to be planted up again. Yeah. So I've got some onions and leeks here. Not looking that well, but they need a little bit more TLC from my part. So, and I've also got my sweet potatoes in the trays, tricking away to themselves. I've also got the greenhouse heater on just very lightly, just to keeping it above zero, not too hot. There's nothing really in here that needs the heat at the moment, but good to have a little bit of heat anyway to keep everything ticking over. Right, so that's all the seed harvested from that squash. The seeds have had the benefit of sitting in the squash all winter. We're nearly the 14th of Feb now, so we've had all this time to sit in the squash, gathering lots and lots of nutrition. And I'll just get this lot dried, and then we'll have some fresh seed to plant this year. I've just got to figure out where I want to put it in the garden. There's certainly not as many, so I'll pass a few around to some garden neighbours. I'm sure they'd appreciate one or two seeds as well. By the way, this is one of my cats. This is Dee Dee, and very quiet cat, but he's very lovable as well. And Dexter is at large at the moment, so he's missing out on the kitty treat. He'll be back. He has a sixth sense about that, Dexter does. And on cue is Dexter. Yeah, did you look? Yeah, he's already had his kitty bits, like, but Dexter, come on. Magic sound. Dexter, Dexter. Oh, you gone up there? Okay. Right. He's a rat huggy, this one. There you are. He's spoiled, both of these. Yeah, what a pair they are. They also take it in turns to patrolling the premises front and back. So while Dexter's having 40 winks, Dee outside. And Dexter, he protects his area fiercely. seriously. But don't underestimate Didi, because he's a killer. Spoiled cats. So now that the cats have had their treats, I'm a kind of person who recycles a little bit. I will plant seeds in anything, any part of the storm. It doesn't have to be green, it doesn't have to be shop bought green pots to plant seeds. So what I've got here is like a sandwich tray, and it also comes with its own lid, 100% recyclable. So I'm going to put some I'm going to put some holes in the bottom. I'm going to start some peppers off in there. It comes with its own lid. It doesn't have to be green, you know, but like I say, as long as you can put soil in, it's got heating and drainage, and yeah, look, why not? So like something like this as well. I'll straighten up a little bit, it's a little bit bent. Or for instance, somebody actually mentioned this on their own portal, their own site, that they also use like muffin trays. You can also get yeah, it comes with its own little propagator, you know. So with courtesy of Little, and yeah, and just make sure you got the drainage in them, and then off you go. You know, this is not recycling, this is my protein drink. Keep enough protein in and everything, so I can't help myself. I'm actually going to plant a couple of seeds, so I'll get going and I'll bring you back in a minute. I get the feeling that I've been watched. Watching what I'm doing. Yeah. Right, I've got some cayenne pepper, so I'm not into hot things like that, but you can cook with it a little bit, so make powder out of it and things like that. And also, you can also gift them to other people who do like the heat. So I'll grow them, one or two for the fun of it, put them in pots. And I also found some miscellaneous pepper seeds. So I don't know what they are, I don't know what variety. So what I'm going to do is, I haven't sown them like this, believe you me. I'm going to plant them and mark them up as pepper variety question mark. Let's see what we get out of it. There's one thing I wanted to note was using rainbow water to water your seedlings. Now, someone actually mentioned about pathogens, which can, if you got rainbow water, you got all the pathogens and little nasties like, well, I don't know, moss and things like that, fungi possibly. So it's not really brilliant to use that necessarily for watering your seedlings in. If you can stop any kind of fungus growing in this microclimate, I think it's a good idea to use tap water to start them off with. But I don't know, it's worth considering, definitely. Okay, so let's get something planted. Don't forget that when you open your packs of seed, you might have a small pouch inside, but this lot came actually in cellophane. So make sure you open it up. If you're going to use the whole lot, open it up, because you might find a seed or two that's got caught in the packaging, so don't miss out on them. Anyway, so there's some miscellaneous seeds. Now, as far as the compost is concerned, I would normally be using John Inn's seed sowing compost, but unfortunately my local garden centre has lost their vocation and concentrating more on anything else barring gardening. So if you wanted to buy John Inn's, for instance, you'd have to buy a mini bag, and if you're growing lots of seeds like I am, you can't be doing with a piddling little bag of seed sowing compost. So yes, so I've just got this multi-purpose compost. It hasn't failed in the past, so I've just planted into this and it'll be perfectly fine. But ideally speaking, a seed sowing compost would be a lot better. But that's the thing about some garden centres, lose track of why they actually started a garden centre, or maybe they want to concentrate on growing their own stuff. And if anyone else wants to, sow seeds and pot on and things like that, they have to go somewhere else to source their potting compost, etc. That's my take on it. What are you doing? Don't be walking all over my seeds now, yeah? You're a silly kitty, aren't you? Oh yeah, I love you too. I love it out there, they do. Well, I love it when you're out in the garden with them. Is that right? Yeah? Can I get on with my seed sowing now? Yeah? Can I get on with my seed sowing? Yeah? Come on. No, you gotta go up there. There you go. There you go. Funny kitty, isn't you? You're alright. Yeah, I'll be a lovable kitty if you give me some more treats. Isn't that right? Anyway, let's get back to business. Right now, that's all, gosh almighty, not exactly in uniform of rows, but there is a gap between them anyway. And don't forget, folks, that when you're actually marking up this stuff, say for instance, like what happened to me last year, I bought a pen and I bought some labels and I marked everything up and everything was hunky-dory. Then what happened was the pen, even though it said it was permanent, was a cheap lie, because when I watered the plants, when I watered the seeds, all the ink fell off and actually left me in the predicament to remember what I'd actually planted, which was not a clear thing, because I had a few open packs which I used. And yeah, so if you want to take inspiration from Muddy Boots Allotment, he has a fantastic sticker system. Writes everything down, has everything numbered. So this is what I'm going to do. I do have a Sharpie pen, but I'm going to use the sticker anyway. That's what I'm going to do. Okay then, I've lightly covered them now with soil and marked them up. And the soil, don't use cold soil. Try and get the soil warmed up a bit. It's a kind of a welcoming gift for the seeds. So don't put them into cold soil. If you can warm the soil up slightly, just chicken it in, just put it indoors for instance, for overnight, just to let it warm up a bit, or in a greenhouse for some heating, or your polytunnel. Anyway, so I've got my stuff marked out now. So with the watering, again, don't use cold water, use lukewarm water. It's also a good starter to it's not much of a shock. And also that applies to when you do your seedlings as well. If you've got seedlings and you give them a douse of cold water, you kind of dump yourself if you actually jump into a vat of cold water. So try not to give them ice cold water. They won't appreciate it, and it might knock them down, or knock them back anyway. So let's get this watered. Also, you don't have to buy fancy spray bottles. You can get like a normal water bottle like this and just perforate the lid with little holes, and then just sprinkle it over your seedlings as well. So you don't have to go and spend lots of money to buy all this stuff. You can find simple solutions that do exactly the same thing. So I say, a water bottle like this, drill or pierce the lid a few times and sprinkle your seedlings with that instead. If you use a watering can, again, water could gush out. and move the seedlings out of the soil and dislodge them and everything. So do it gently. If you can do a spray, no, but do it gently and don't wash the seeds, or you'll end up mixing the seeds around. If you've got more than one variety in the tray. That's just a little tip from me. Right, that's all been watered, and now it's covered over. And it'll now create its own little microclimate, and as it's actually started to steam up in there. Now, in terms of plant propagation and lighting, if you are looking for lighting, head over to Sean's garden on YouTube, because he actually used full spectrum aquarium lights. Now these lights you can buy off Amazon, and they don't have to sit in water. You place them above your aquarium, a full spectrum plant lights, and you can equally use them to propagate your plants on. So head over to Sean's garden anyway, because it's an absolute brilliant idea. It was a thought that I had, but he'd actually got ahead and released a video on it. But I think it's a brilliant idea, Sean, and definitely worth a go for that, considering the prices of some of the propagating lights out there, £149, etc, etc. So, you know, if you've got deep pockets, then that's fine. But if you just want something to get your plants over the line a little bit earlier, why not try full spectrum aquarium lights? And I definitely will be looking into that very shortly. Right, now folks, I think that concludes my seed sowing for the moment. I've got tons more to do, but I'm not quite set up here the way I like it. So the peppers was the one thing I wanted to get going, so I will now bring this indoors. Or I could put it in greenhouse. No, I'll bring it indoors because of peppers, because they need the extra warmth. Bring it indoors, put it on the windowsill or somewhere convenient where it's not going to get in the way. And that's that. Well, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in another video. Bye for now.